It's Tuesday. How is everybody doing? Let me see here. Missy at Shore Homestead. J Love Adventures. Making lemonade from lemons. Cecilia Jansen. Sean in Alaska. Copper Kettle. Built on the Rock Homestead. Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Lisa Lee. The Lears. So we got a few people. Geeky Gardens. Good evening, good evening. So first off, can y'all hear me okay? Sound all right? With this last update that they made on here, I lost one of my sound meters, so I don't know what it's sounding like, but I'm thinking it's pretty good. Grammy Karen, how are you doing? Daryl survived. I haven't seen the video yet. I was carefully guarding the cart. If I don't carefully guard the cart, all these plants just jump into it as we walk around, and it's just crazy. So I was carefully guarding it to minimize the amount of plant matter that decided to latch onto us as we strolled through this rather large greenhouse. It's a big greenhouse. It's the biggest one in this area anyway. T&S Dogs and Dragonflies Farm. Elfla's Journeys. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about your channel tonight. Or a hypothetical channel. Hypothetical? A hypothetical, yeah. All right. So, if most of you, glancing through here, most of you have been, this is not your first visit to the YouTube basement. You've all been around a little while. So if you had to do it over again, what would you do differently? I guess that's kind of my first question. Well, if you were going to just start from scratch, now that you've had your taste of YouTube stardom, what would you do differently if you got to do it all over again? Let's say day one is tomorrow, but you already have all these subscribers you got with you here. They just carry along. What would you do differently? I'm waiting to see here if anybody says anything. Buy a better phone. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, well, and let's talk about that for just is your YouTube channel based on your phone, or is the phone just a tool that you use to make your YouTube channel? And if so, why do you select a phone?
Stop making videos sooner, Brenda. Ted, you plan it out better.
Okay. So planning it out better. Start making videos sooner. Okay, let's did you get your plants planted?
You didn't realize we just got home not that long ago.
They're lucky to be out of the back of the truck.
Yeah, we just got home like half an hour ago. 40 minutes ago.
I'm not even sure it was 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you all have that opportunity. Should you elect to do that?
I plan on traveling. There you go, Elsie. We're ready.
You know, you all have that opportunity should you decide to do it. You can change the name of your channel. You can start tomorrow if you want to with a brand new outlook, and you don't have to throw anything away. You've already got all your practices out there. And I bet a lot of people didn't know that you could do that. You can change your channel name. When you change your name, you don't lose any of your subscribers, don't lose any of your views, don't lose any of that. But if you're really not happy with the direction that your channel is going, the sooner you change it, the better off you are, in my opinion. You don't have to start from scratch.
Mom Z goes to look at whatever big cooking channels are doing. Oh, and she really hopes she gets picked Thursday night. We chatted about that on Marco. She's done some awesome thumbnails. I love the thumbnails.
Okay, cool. Rustic Traditions Homestead, how are you doing this evening? Missy Ashore Homestead, I'm thinking of changing.
Oh, Kiss My Grass Acres, your channel name is perfect. I mean, it either has to be that or Ted. Woohoo! So where are you going to go for your anniversary trip? Last year, Daryl and I went to Florida. That's the first time we ever went anywhere for our anniversary, really.
Well, let me share a site with you that talks a little bit about YouTube channels and the things that we frequently mention on here. We do. LB Darkside. Well, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you stopping in, and hope. My name is Shelby. Want to enjoy your videos? Great. LB, thank you so much for stopping. All right, so the channel that I'm going to share with you is called backlinko.com. The name of the channel is irrelevant, but they do have some good information here. So let me just throw this on the screen. And the first thing I want you to note here is they have a listing on the side of 6 resources for YouTube channels. So starting with the first one, they're talking about positioning your channel. And that's what makes your channel unique, different, or better than other channels on YouTube. Now, some of this stuff we talk about in brief on Thursday nights. I always tell the folks in there when we have the wheel up on the screen, one of the things I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at your channel name. I'm going to see how easy it is to find your channel not being signed into YouTube. How accessible are you? While it may be very cute and fancy to purposely misspell or special verbiage on a title or something, that does not make you real accessible. Now, if you use a K instead of a C, if you use I'm trying to think of some different things here. But overall, I think maybe you kind of understand what I'm saying. If you utilize non-standard verbiage for your title, it makes it that much tougher for somebody to find you. So just imagine this scenario. You're in a store. you're in a parking lot, you're at an event somewhere. Well, not this week, but maybe in the future, you're at an auction or at a flea market or something, and you run across somebody and you start a conversation and you're chatting with them and you say, "Oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel." And it's, okay, let's use Kilted Gardener as an example. So he's having a chat about this and talking about YouTube and talking about maybe a football game or something else. And you go, "Yeah, my YouTube channel's name is Kilted Gardener." Well, Kilted Gardener, that's not too hard of a name to remember. It's relatively short. It's probably not that difficult to spell. It's pretty much spelled exactly the way that it sounds. Of course, he could enhance that, and he could say it's Kilted Gardener, all one word. And that would make it that much easier for somebody to come in and just type that name in. Whereas, if you just, for example, have the title, and I'm just pulling names out of the chat here. Duncan 1900 Homestead. All right. If you're at this event and you go, "Yeah, our channel name is Duncan 1900 Homestead." Well, how much more explanation do you need to give them? But you're such a good test subject. You can say it's 3 words, Duncan 1900 with numbers. It's not spelled out 1900. So it's Duncan 1900 Homestead. And if they can remember that, then they're in good shape. On the other hand, if your channel name is Farm Okie Sledded, did I say that correct? SLEDT, Slet. That's a little bit on that. That's approaching the tough side. I mean, if you just tell somebody that, are they going to know how to spell it? So, just something to keep in mind. Some names, even if they're a little bit longer, they really go well together. Making lemonade from lemons. It's a long name, but it flows. It all flows together very well. Copper Kettle Farms. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. It's a long name. Well, Two Family Homestead's a long name too. And I'll tell you how you know you have a long name is if you're in some of these chats and a lot of people know who you are and they go to say hi to you and they just abbreviate you. TFH, 2Fam. Now, why would they do that? You know, if they type in 2Fam, if they type 2Fam in the chat, it doesn't light up for us. If we're not closely watching the chat, there's no indications whatsoever that we're going to see that's going to jump out and say somebody addressed us in some fashion. Whereas if they do 2Family Homestead, as you all know, if you get your name out there and it lights up, then it lights up with an orange block around it. So those are things to think about. So getting back to what you see here on the screen, the channel positioning, elements that go into your channel's positioning include your style, the type of videos you produce, how-tos, blogs, humor, music, etc. Well, most of the people in here revolve somewhere around the homesteading genre, or gardening, or prepping, or something to do with those items. Generally speaking. Now we've got some other people come in here. We've got some cooks that come in. We have some fantastic chefs that come in and visit from time to time. We have some very technical people that come in from time to time and visit. So Those are initials. Okay, well, I understand. I'm just, my whole point, though, Farmoki, was that if you had something to do over, you had to make a perfect channel, you want to make it so it's very, very easy to remember, so that you could say it once and they would know it, they could find it, they could go see it, and have absolutely no trouble. That's the ideal thing you're after. We'll get back over here into the positioning your channel here. So we talked about the types of videos. Publishing frequency. Publishing frequency, are you going to upload once a week? Once every 2 weeks? Once a month? Well, a lot of that may have to do with the type of videos that you do. If you do 90-minute documentaries on building items and have complete plans laid out, I mean, it's a big project, and you got a full 90 minutes of video, well, you're not going to do those every day. On the other hand, if your primary channel is, well, we're going to vlog about what we've done today and just turn the camera on and shoot the bull with everybody and say, okay, now you watch my kids be cute, and you watch me be cute, and you watch our neighbors be cute, and we'll see you tomorrow with another version. Well, those you can do every day. But typically you're not going to do a video every day. That's a major, major commitment. And if you ever put down videos daily, I applaud your efforts, but that's a tough one to keep. Okay, video length. How long are your videos going to be? Your target audience. Who are your videos for? Who are your videos for? I want to think about it. And of course, lots more other things. They talk a little bit about channel positioning, and they further go on and say, well, 300 hours of video content is uploaded to YouTube every minute. And there are millions of channels on YouTube. It's crazy. So in defining your target audience, who is your channel for? So before you shoot your first video, take a second to define your audience. I have problems with that a lot of times. I especially have problems with that on a Tuesday night when nobody's giving me any clue as to what direction we want to head off on the Tech Tuesday. But in the example given on the page here, if your channel is for college students, well, ours really is not for college students. Busy moms? No, ours is not for that. Coffee lovers? Well, they could be, but that's probably not our primary audience. Marathoners? No, that's not our primary audience. Who's our primary audience? Two-family homestead. What is our primary audience? What do you think, Sherry?
Who's our primary audience?
Who is our
homesteaders?
Homesteaders. Okay. But what our creation of videos, I mean, are they geared toward off-grid people, or are they geared toward on-grid people? Are they geared toward people that live in town?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
We don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah, kind of like the government. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, even Tilted Man says homestead. Exactly. Any type of homesteading. Or gardener. It doesn't matter. You know, if you don't have, I mean, we don't have cattle or
nope.
flocks of birds.
Nope, we don't.
But we're still part of the homesteading community.
So therefore, those people that have a high interest in raising cattle or dairy farming or
interviews, yeah, exactly.
Or something along that line, they would not have an interest in our channel then. That's pretty much what you're saying.
But no, because the interviews that we do on Monday night are not just strictly homesteaders / gardeners / farmers. You're smiling, you're going to get smacked. Seed lovers.
All right. And yeah, we have.
No, I don't think Daryl has done one of that, Sydney. But he can talk to you about it because he uses both vidIQ and Social Blade.
Yeah, Social Blade is a website. vidIQ is an add-on program, and TubeBuddy is another add-on program.
Yeah.
And you will find links to both vidIQ and TubeBuddy. Should be in our description here.
Yeah, we're for the all for the above. Check that box.
So yeah, I like to think of our channel as somewhat of an instructional channel.
Yeah, instructional, like how to make someone drool when you're walking through a greenhouse and they're salivating while watching your video.
It's not so much.
Isn't that right, Ted?
Yeah, it's not so much that we're teaching about homesteading, although you usually throw up some very good cooking videos. But yeah,
let's not go there.
You're not going to find videos that we do on raising cattle. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen on maintaining 400-acre spread.
No,
it's not going to happen.
No.
You're not going to see one on building a barn. You're not going to see one on building a log cabin. We just are not going into that genre. We don't have the means to do that.
We teach you how to video dirt. I think you all already know how to work in the dirt. Yes, Robert, I know you had to. If you wouldn't have, someone else would have. So, touche.
All right. Well, obviously things are moving right along here, so I want to jump back over to this site that I have up here. This is they've given an example here of this channel called Real Men, Real Style, and he has, as they put it, a clear target audience: men that want to dress up and look sharp doing it. If you notice, it's at the time this was written, is approaching 2 million subscribers. I'm not sure what it is right now today, but it'd be easy to find out. I mean, when all of us in here, I'm sure would love to have 1.9 million subscribers. All those subscribers alone that's not what turns the crank here, but it is a nice number. The value proposition. Here's where you decide on the type of value you're going to provide your audience. If you provide no value, you will get no viewers. Now let's take two-family homestead for example. One of the things that we do our Monday Night Lives. We've been doing that as a stronghold for, is it going on our 4th year? Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Going on our 4th year. For the most part, every Monday night. Now we have missed some, without question. We have missed some. I've either been sick or we've been on the road, or so there have been some times we have missed. But for the most part, we have done a live Monday night for 4 years in a row here. And everyone we do is different. Everyone is uniquely different. Because we're not the star of the show. We're trying to make this our guest is the star of the show. And we're just providing a landing spot, a vehicle, a place for them to strut their feathers and say, hey, look at us, here's what we do. And the disappointing part to me is the fact that we don't have 750 to 1,000 people in that chat every Monday night. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I am very, very disappointed in that. Because we have some great channels. and we have some unknown channels, and we have some channels that started out very small and have grown pretty large. Roots and Refuge comes to mind right away. We've had they were not all that big when we first had them on. Stivers had less than 1,000, I think, the first time we had them on, and they're just continually growing. And so their chats, they're pulling in 400 or 500 in their chat. And we're not doing that. So I'm looking at myself and I say, what are we doing wrong on a Monday night? Well, the next Monday night, we have another different channel. And it's going to continue. Who are we having on next Monday night? It's Pine Nut, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Next Monday night, folks.
Gotcha. Yep.
Next Monday night, Pine Nut Family Farm. We're going to have them on. They're just fantastic people. Unbelievable. She has got a garden. She has got a garden area that
has what, 10-foot fence around it? 8-foot fence?
I think it's an 8-foot fence.
Lord.
Yeah. She has a garden area that is absolutely to die for.
You're welcome, Robert.
It's I don't know, but I certainly hope that everybody in here, not only are you there next Monday night, but you bring 3 or 4 of your friends with you, because I just love to get another big night. Anyway,
we just might do a giveaway.
You think we'd do a giveaway? All right. So anyway, I've got to move on this, or we'll never get through it. But I don't have time to go through every bit of this. So I want you to jot this down. Matter of fact, here I will put a link to this in the chat.
I've always wanted one of those, Sky, and that's what, when I saw it, I go, I'm going to give it a shot. I almost bought one of those banana trees.
Okay, so I've put a link to this website in the chat. And let's kind of quickly move on through some of the other stuff. They then talk about the channel name, and we talked a little bit about that. I don't know why it's important. It goes on to, I think you'll find a lot of things in here we talk about regularly. And they have used a lot of channels in here as examples, video influencers.
Hey, Mike. Nice to see you here tonight.
Sean does a fantastic job. Action Lab. So I think everybody should spend a little bit of time here. The channel icon. What is a channel icon? Well, that's that little circle thing that is so hard for so many to do anything with. It's a difficult area. It's a very, very small circle, and the common thing is you want to put too much information in it. Seconded by you don't quite understand how YouTube's going to manipulate this little square image that you've uploaded and turn it into a circle, and therefore things are cut off and rounded off where you don't want them to be. And so in some cases it's a little bit of trial and error, but it's a pretty important thing. It's beside everybody's name out here. I mean, if you just look in the chat here now, you look over on the left-hand side, that's your icon. So, Kiss My Grass has that red-headed rooster right there. Duncan 1900 has that very nice, I'm going to call it a plaque-like thing that they have as a logo, which is beautiful. However, looking at it in the chat window here. Looking at it in the chat window. Can you tell what it is? It's very difficult. Now, Paul just has a picture of his face there, and you can easily make that out. Missy at Shore Homestead has a picture. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Well, you can tell that there's part of a Texas flag in there, but can you really read what's going on? It's pretty tough. Smudge, well, he's just there. He's looking to the side in this one. Kilted Gardener. Well, it's green, but it's a little tough to tell exactly what it is. I mean, ideally, you would...
It's his kilt.
It's his kilt. Well, I know that's what it is. But if you had no idea, could you tell from that little icon? Maybe from on his page, but in the chat here is what I'm talking about. Rustic Traditions, we have fruit. Pete's Little Homestead, mine's an ugly mug. I don't see a mug in there. I see a picture of that guy's face. What are you talking about? So, again, there's something to think about. Now, here's the thing that I talked about in tonight's channel title was for YouTube channel art. And what is the art? Well, the art is primarily your YouTube banner or channel header. I don't know where they come up with the name art, but that's what Google and YouTube call it. And that's a rough one to talk about. You know, nobody has any picture on their page when they first start a channel. There is nothing there. And a lot of people pretty much just kind of upload a default picture that doesn't mean squat, has no relationship to anything they talk about on their channel. Doesn't do a thing for their channel. Frequently, I mean, it may not even be color matched to the scene of what they have and what they're doing. So again, on this channel page here that I've shared, they have given a lot of examples here. So they've used the collage. Talk about why is the channel art important? It's the first things people see when they come to your channel. So it's a first impression. You get to do a first impression one time. One time. Use an image that represents your channel. So if your channel is about gardening.
I'm supposed to ask you if Samson Farms icon has improved.
Yes, I can tell already just by looking here.
Attaboy, Nathan.
Absolutely, it's improved. An image that represents your channel. For example, Samson Farms, he is the quail king. And so he has quail on his icon, has quail on his channel banner, unless he's changed it and I haven't seen it in the past hour. Still there. So that kind of fits what he does. If he had a picture of a spaceship as his channel banner, it has no reflection to any of his content, no reflection to anything he's talking about on his channel, nothing he does. Might be a beautiful picture, but it's not a good representation. So they go on to talk about this here. It says you have three main options. The creator shot, this is where you stick your mug into it. Pete, this is for you. You can jump right up there and you can be part of your banner. Representative shot, this is where you are talking about or demonstrating something that your channel does, and the logo type thing. And they've got all three of these here, and done up in different ways. We talk about about taglines, a little short saying that you might want to include on your banner. Again, you don't want to go crazy with this. It has to be something super simple. The channel art links, they briefly talk about that. That's where in the lower right-hand corner of your banner, that's where you can get a link to your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your website if you have it, or any approved website that YouTube has. And of course, those show up on your About Me page. That's where you put those in. We've talked a little bit about that on your About Me page. When you fill those out, you have the option there to put in a description as to where is this link sending them, and then, of course, the link itself. Well, the link itself will generate these little pictures that will show up. So you'll see the Instagram or the Twitter or Google Plus or my blog or whatever the case may be. I just have to chuckle here. I noticed that they don't have Facebook here, but trust me, most people have Facebook on there. Those are picked up off the link. You don't have anything to do with that. You just put in the link to Twitter. It'll put that little bird in there. You put on a link to Instagram, it puts the Instagram symbol in there. So you don't have to do that. And this is all you need. They do mention in here a little bit about going to Canva or Snappa to create YouTube banners, YouTube logos. That's certainly an option. Don't go down the rabbit hole where you start paying money to do that on a website. If you're going to pay money to have something created, I would recommend you go to Fiverr.com or I think she's still in here. Copper Kettle, I think, does websites. She might be a very good one to talk to. And maybe there's some others. You'll find that within the homesteading community, we're going to have a lot of people in here that have a wide variety of assistance available. Talking about the channel description, and again, on Thursday nights, we always hit on this. Always hit on this. I specify how important it is not only to have a good channel description, one that's easy to read, easy to understand, but is presented in such a way that it's pleasing to the eye, easy to read. And they also talk here that the first 100 to 150 characters of your channel description is super important. And that's because in the search results, it includes those first areas. So if you do a YouTube search, and they're just using this obviously as an example for Fitness Blender, here's the channel, and this is the first part of that description. Puts it right up here. Unbox therapy. I don't know if any of you folks watch Unbox Therapy or not. From time to time, I'll watch him. for the life of me, I can't understand how he's got 11 million subscribers. But whatever. 11 million subscribers. All he does is unbox new stuff and make a lot of promises he doesn't keep. Again, I'm not going to go too much into the woods on this, but if you have an interest on any of these things, we can pick any of these items out and do a deep dive on it. The other thing I always talk about on Thursday nights is a channel trailer. Now, channel trailer is played on your homepage to anybody who comes to your homepage that is not subscribed. And that channel trailer, the time periods that I've always given people is it should be between 30 seconds and 3 minutes in length. It should be interesting. It should be kind of catchy, easy to look at, create an interest, because that video is going to just start playing as soon as somebody lands on the page. It's automatic. And if you see on this page, they're a little bit tighter than what I am. They're saying aim for 30 to 90 seconds. And many YouTube marketing experts recommend 30 to 60 seconds. Well, I'm going to stand by my 30 seconds to 3 minutes. 60 seconds is a very short amount of time if you have interesting content. So those are the primary things to kind of start with here. My question to you right now is there Taco, thank you so much. Is there something that you would like to look at in more depth? Bill on the Rock Homestead. I am not aware of that, to be honest with you. I did not know that YouTube ever subbed anybody to a channel without you specifically clicking on a link saying subscribe. There's no check. I mean, if you just bump the subscribe link, you're subscribed. But and on the other side of that coin, as we have searched through channels and stuff, and Sherry and I, we are subscribed to well over 1,000 channels, I believe. Is that a fair statement? She's just smiling over here.
1,000.
Yeah.
1,000 on the dot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So many times we'll go in and look through some things, and it appears that we're not subscribed to people that we are subscribed to. And we'll see that because we'll see it on a page here, and it's the thing beside it will say subscribe. Like, we're not. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, we are subscribed. So the YouTube subscription engines don't always fire on all cylinders.
Imagine
that. Well, Bill and the Rock Homestead, are we one of those channels? We want to make sure that we keep you here.
Oh, yeah. Rustic Traditions. Yeah, I agree with you. If all the channels that we subscribe to would sub us, yeah.
Well, we have.
Hey, how about you there?
We have been in the position many times where Sorry, you have too many subscriptions. You can't subscribe to the next person. We have been in that situation more than once. Brenda, just kind of think about a channel trailer for a new television show or a new movie coming out or something like that. Number one, you can get a tremendous amount of information in a very, very short amount of time. The idea is you just want to whet the appetite. You don't want to give them the main course. It's like you want to show them the pictures on the menu, but they can't smell the food coming out of cooking in the kitchen. And it never looks as good on the plate when they serve it as what it did on the menu. So you want to have that bonus. So this site will help me put my icon on my banner. I don't know what site you're talking about, Pete, but the site that I put up there, no, they're not going to help you do anything. This is more of an informational thing. It's to get ideas to you, is to show you examples. But if you need help with doing an icon, doing a banner, doing anything like that, just let me know. And we have done this in the past. We'll certainly again do it in the future, where we'll sit down here on a Tuesday night and we'll go through the whole deal, where we will create somebody a banner and
or a mailbox.
Or a mailbox. Lazy Acres Homestead, hello. How are you doing this evening?
Why would he ask if Daryl was hungry? Tell him Daryl just had some pizza.
Yes. This has got to be Hank. How you doing, Hank? Good to see you in here. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you. Thank you. I need bless.
Sherry and I drove past the building where that galleon grater that you've been playing with.
That's right. Yeah. The other day. Yeah, it was his YouTube channel, his video that had that, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's the one that had the galleon grater. Yeah. And Sherry and I drove past the building where that grater was born just the other day. When was it? Friday? Last Friday?
Yes, we went to pick up the girls.
Yeah, last Friday.
Yes, Friday. We're doing fine, Lazy Acres. Went to Walmart for one little thing this morning and ended up going out of town to 3 other places. So I didn't get anything done. So tomorrow.
Well, but
because I got an order for 4 more masks this afternoon, so tomorrow I will be pinned to the. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be pinned to the sewing machine. I still have a humongous blanket I have to take to the laundromat. I was talking about main courses. Yeah, it sounds like Tim is the hungry one. Yes. I totally agree. Tell him, come on up here. We have sub and pizza left over. I'm sure he'll like us. Oh, yeah, I know that video's doing well for you, Hank. You should send it to the company there. I bet you they would help you even more so on that video.
Hank, my ex-brother-in-law was the PR.
Very funny.
Was the head PR guy for Komatsu Dresser in Gallion, Ohio. So, which is obviously what took over Gallion.
Now, Hank, you know if Kaylee was here, what she'd be telling you, don't you?
Yeah, for those of you out there that don't know, we have been making some customized masks for channels, as well as other people.
Yes.
But we're doing a little special customized thing. If any of your channels are interested in some sort of a custom mask,
That girl in the garden. How
shoot
are
us
you?
an email. These are
Exactly.
these are not N95 masks, but they are certainly good for bank robberies.
Yeah.
Or if you're
Ted's back.
If you're a motorcycle rider, it will keep the bugs out of your teeth.
Missy, it's on its way to California. But I have 2 more in the back room I can sew up if you want one. You know, Ted, when we went to a huge fabric store this afternoon, and the first thing I looked at when had the farm or gardening fabric section, there were no fish lips.
No.
Chickens, adult chickens, baby chicks, but no fish.
No
fish
chicken
lips.
lips.
No chicken lips. Yeah.
What is the channel icon? Look right to the left of your statement here in the chat. That is your channel icon. Crooked Woods Family Orchard. That little round dot there, that's your icon.
Missy, I didn't do one, and I took a picture of when we were walking out of the sign and a picture of the indoor. Posted on Facebook, and I tagged Susie, aka Bandana Grandma, because there's one not far from her. And she said, "Are you there now? Do a live stream." And I didn't think about it. It's run by Amish, and it is huge, but it's also 40 minutes from us. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good 40-minute drive.
40-minute drive from us. But I couldn't find what I needed here in town.
Well, we couldn't find it there either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's scarce as hen's teeth.
Or chicken lips.
Or chicken lips. So.
Well, Ted, I will take pictures of the fabric that I have with the chickens on them, and you pick out which one you want. We went to Walmart first thing because I wanted to get bias tape because all my masks have ties on them, not the elastic that go around the ears. Well, they didn't have any. But I found a bolt of fabric that was white. At the end of it, it had $2, and it had 2 lines to that, and then not too far over, it was marked for $2.50. So I waited.
Written by hand.
Written in hand. The $2.50 was written in hand. So I finally got someone to come to the cutting table there at Walmart. I waited a good 15 minutes, and she was snotty from the get-go. And I said, "So I need you to check, see if this is $2 a yard or $2.50. So she checked, it was $2.50. I said, $2.50. I said, it's marked $2. And then someone here crossed that out and marked it $2.50. I said, talk about price gorging. I said, I threw the bolt of fabric down on the table and I walked away. And she was saying something. I ignored her.
Yeah, she has
Figured
absolutely.
They need my money more than I need them.
She had absolutely no people skills, and I don't know. That's just another whole story.
Oh, rustic traditions. There's chicken fabric. Well, not so much at Walmart, but Joann's have chicken fabric.
Okay, Crooked Woods is asking if we would go over position your channel. All right, and position your channel is
Yes, BC truck, whatever those words are, you're welcome here.
What did he say?
You'll have to read it.
Oh.
Aerodynamic.
Gravitationally challenged folks. Welcome here. So, in other words, are people of Brad's size and my size welcome here? And the answer to that is yes, Brad. Absolutely.
Twill tape ribbon.
Okay. So, in answer to, who was it that asked?
Tigger.
Bill on the Rock, the social distancing absolutely applies there. Matter of fact, the majority of the Amish stores in Berlin were closed. They're not even open. All right. I'm sorry. I don't remember who was it asked to talk about the position your channel, but so one of the first things with positioning your channel is to create the channel trailer. We talk about that all the time on Thursdays, and that's it's a very short video that just gives a brief intro to your channel, who you are, what you do, what they're going to find there, and so on. It can be a powerful way to turn channel page visitors into subscribers. The first thing people generally notice is your banner. They land on your channel page, they're going to see the banner first, then they're going to see your little icon. But that, if you have a channel trailer, it starts playing by itself. If they're not subscribed to you, it just jumps right out at them, smacks them in the face, and says, "Here I am." If you've got it so that it's entertaining, quick, and easy, they're into it, and they're going, "Wow, I want to see more." We'll talk a little bit about the best practices. I always tell people between 30 seconds and 3 minutes. In this website, they are talking 30 seconds to 90 seconds. Okay, they're talking about the TOP formula, which is the T is for the target audience. Who is the audience of your channel? And of course, the example that they're giving here are like scuba divers, tech junkies, hikers, bloggers. Well, from our channel, I'm going to say homesteaders are our target audience in general. Homesteading, prepping, cooking, self-sustainability. That's kind of our target audience. The O stands for the original story that, in other words, what your videos are going to be about, and the pitch, and that's obviously where you're saying, okay, you like what you see, subscribe to us, give us a fair shake and follow through. The problem with Two Family Homestead is we are so diverse by showing so many different channels that the audience is so broad, we don't have one. We don't have one. We have a core group of 50 to 60 people. On a Tuesday night, we have a core group of 30 to 40. That's all we have. And we appreciate everyone that's here. We just wish that everyone that was here would bring 30 to 40 of their friends. And we could really have a very meaningful and full and enriched Tuesday night discussion, Monday Night Live. It would be incredible. We just have to get there. Barra Boy Woods, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. But anyway, this website goes on to talk quite a bit about positioning your channel. And as I mentioned when we first started off here, and if you missed the first part of this, well, come back and watch it, because I think we had some really good subjects we were talking about here. And one of those was that if you don't like what you've done with your channel up to today. Tomorrow starts a new day. And you can, without losing any subscribers, without losing any views, no matter where your monetary status is right now, you're not changing a thing, provided you don't get into adult wear or things that are forbidden. You can change the name tonight and have a brand new channel tomorrow. It's that simple. So the only question is, if that's what you want to do, if that's where your passion is, if you feel that's where your best content would be, that's where your target audience is. If my target audience was people that lived in high-rise apartment buildings, my content is not for them. So I need to, if that's who I want my target audience to be, I need to change my content. I need to change the name of the title. I need to make the channel something like High Rise Heaven or something. I don't know. But the whole point is to be passionate about what you do, create your videos. So somebody said earlier, we should have a better phone. Well, a phone can go a long way on the YouTube channel, without question. But doesn't have to stop with a phone. You don't have to go out and, generally speaking, you can get a much higher quality camera than a new high-end cell phone. The camera's going to be cheaper. The high-end cell phones they're all pushing around $900 to $1,200. That's a lot of money for a phone. And you can get some very, very good camera gear for considerably less than that. Bill on the Rock, in some cases that's true. In some cases that is true. Better camera in the phone. However, size matters. Bill on the Rock Homestead, size matters. And the size of the camera in a phone is very tiny. And there's no way that it can take as good of pictures as any Sony, Canon, Fuji, a host of other manufacturers, just point and shoot cameras where the grid that the picture lands on is a half an inch or bigger in size. There's just more there. The picture is better. It's more intense. I'm not taking away quality of what's in a phone. It's absolutely amazing what they've done. Absolutely amazing. But as far as I know, all of the top end, I don't care what the brand is. I don't care if it's an Android, Pixel, Apple. All of the high-end models of those phones start at probably $800 and go up. Okay, well, it is actually a little bit after 9 o'clock. Who else do we have on tonight? I forget.
I'm tired. I can't think right now.
Let me go look here real quick.
Is it tonight that Pete is on? Or is he on Thursdays?
No, no, he's not on tonight. All right, so as far as who's on right now, we have got, Camp Patton Family Campground, Compound, for those of you that are preppers. He's on right now.
And that's one that Pete's usually on with him.
I think Pete.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Camp Patton Family Compound is on right now. Southern Blessed Homestead is also on right now. Country Homestead Preacher is also doing a live stream right now. Mapleberry Farm Off Grid is also doing a live stream.
Goodness, look at them all.
I know. And the only other one I see here that may be of interest to some of you is Out of Goshen. So there's a few of them out there. Go to your favorite. Tell them that Smudge sent you. And everybody have a great week. We will see you Thursday night. Special thank you to our moderators. Special thank you to our channel members. Remember, if you want to wear the green, you can click that join button down there below. Become a member of Smudge's People, and we would love to have you on board. And as the restrictions lift, things are going to get better and better and better here. Anything else you can think of? See you all Thursday. Everybody, take care. And have a wonderful evening. Good night, folks.